let's take some time to talk about the NASCAR race that just wrapped up from Bristol dirt. The goods, the bad, the ugly, kind of what I think about the whole ordeal. And my boy, Kyle Busch, getting his first win of the season. Hello everyone, no intro today because if you look behind me, you might be hearing some noises. It's raining out there. We got some nice, beautiful backdrop behind me today of the ocean. So if I kind of move out of the way, I'll focus in on that. So we get a good backdrop of the ocean out here today. But today, we're talking about Bristol dirt and a racetrack that has brought interest in racing year in and year out. And this year is no exception to the rule. It has brought racing that has made people maybe excited and unexcited. But if you missed the video, I posted it a while back. Earlier this week about why I think Bristol dirt needs to leave. It doesn't belong on the circuit. I do still stand by that after this weekend, and many drivers, including Kyle Larson, Kyle Busch, other drivers came out this week to criticize Bristol dirt. But I want to make something clear, and I'll make it clear later in the video as well. I'm not totally against going to a dirt track. Sure, maybe dirt is not my forte, maybe it's not what I like, but I'm not 100% against racing on dirt, racing out there on a dirt track. But what I am against in a way is the fact that NASCAR thinks it's absolutely necessary for them to race out on dirt. That is kind of what they feel like. They feel like it's necessary for them to race on dirt, and it needs it for the fans, for people out there. They need dirt. And I kind of disagree with that. I don't think it's 100% necessary for NASCAR to go in the way where they need to race on dirt, because I think that what makes NASCAR unique is not the dirt, but it also provides a challenge to the race car drivers and it gives that challenge to them that they don't have anywhere else that they'll have here, and that is dirt. They do not have that challenge anywhere else on the circuit than they do here. So that is something that is unique to the dirt racing, but still it is, oh my god, guys, I'm gonna have problems with this. I don't know if you can see the rain batting against the window, but you sure can hear it. Yeah, we're gonna have problems with this throughout the video. But anyway, let's talk about the finish of today's race, because that's what brought most of the attention to this race. If you stuck around through the whole laps and watched to the end of the race and was intrigued by it, you were delivered with a very decent finish of this race. You were given a show. Tyler Reddick had the lead going into the final couple turns. You saw Chase Briscoe kind of rail it in there, lap after lap after lap. You saw Chase Briscoe really kind of push his car to the ultimate limit as far as he thought it could go. You saw that happen. And I was actually very impressed by the fact that he was willing to do that, willing to push his car. I'm kind of trying to move away from the rain a little bit here. I'm not going to be editing this video, so that's something to think about. Okay, I think I kind of figured it out. Anyway, but we talked about it a lot this whole race weekend, is what, is going to be too much. And we see that in dirt racing a lot, is slide jobs, they become a reality. And it seemed like last night, the slide job was a reality. The slide job was in check last night, and we saw it firsthand. There was a slide job. It was no doubt about it. Dove it into the corner. That's what he thought he needed to do. And he is Chase Briscoe. He drove it in the corner. He thought that was what's going to win him the race. Ultimately, he wrecked Tyler Reddick, and Kyle Busch, within a couple of seconds, ended up passing Reddick for the win. It was not a big lead. But I want to say this. I would think that Tyler Reddick would be infuriated by the fact that he was treated like that. He was drove into the corner by Chase Briscoe, a driver that he maybe doesn't know as well. I would think that he would be mad and frustrated by the fact that he was dealt like that. But instead of being mad, frustrated, angry, he instead was, to me, criticism of himself, frustrated at himself that he could have handled it better. To me, we look back at last week at Martinsville when we had that big fight in the Xfinity Series, and then we go into this week where we have two drivers that are like, well, we did what we could. We had to do what we could have done, and there's nothing else that we could have done there. To me, that is just mind-blowing, how we could have just two different sides to the spectrum. We could have two different opinions like that. You know what I mean? If I'm Tyler Reddick, I'm going on pit road, and I'm confronting him and maybe throwing some punches. I was thinking we were going to see a whole fight. I was watching the race on a big, ginormous television screen. It's amazing. And I was like, oh, we're gonna see a fight on the big screen. Nope. Did not see anything to the sorts, and I was honestly surprised. I was like, we're not gonna see these two guys go out there and fight right now? That's shocking to me. I thought we would for sure see some sort of fight happen. And maybe not even a fight, but some sort of confrontation. Instead, they have a TV crews as soon as they came over and confronted each other there. And the TV guys didn't really pick anything up. They're like, oh, well, you know, you did what you had to do there, and there's nothing else that you could have done. I was blown away by what we saw there. I was expecting Tyler Reddick to handle the situation much differently than he did. But instead, he was cool, calm, collected, kind of let it happen. And you know what I mean? So if you're a Tyler Reddick fan, I would be frustrated at Tyler Reddick not going out there, but also be frustrated at Chase Briscoe for absolutely killing my driver. And then on the flip side, if I'm a fan of Chase Briscoe, I'm absolutely infuriated right now. I'm so mad the fact that my driver went in there and just couldn't pull it off. On the other hand, if you're a Kyle Busch fan, then you're absolutely excited, celebrating the day, because it is a great day. Great day for Kyle Busch, for his fans, for everybody involved. He got his first win of the season. 17 seasons in a row. He ties Richard Petty for getting wins in a row in a season, which is incredible. I'm happy to see that as well. I was blown away by the way he raced this weekend. I was very thrilled for him and his team. And, you know, he was high in the mix. He was also one of those drivers that was very outspoken about Bristol Dirt, how it was not a really great racetrack, that he didn't agree with the way the track would race. Extremely outspoken about the track, but instead of being angry, mad about it, he took the win. He said, yep, sometimes races get handed to you, and that's just the reality of the sport. Did Kyle Busch earn this race? No. That's coming from a Kyle Busch fan. Did he win it? Yeah. Was I running around a victory lap? Of course. I was thrilled. I'm happy to see Kyle go to victory lane. Of course, I'm hurt for Tyler Reddick, but for the most part, this is big for Kyle Busch's team because they needed something. Joe Gibbs Racing needs something. His team, Kyle Busch, they needed something. They got what they needed. They got a victory. They got a win. That's indeed what they needed. And now they're going to go out and do much better in the next couple of weeks. I expect Kyle Busch's team to be very much in the mix here in the next couple of weeks. But we'll see what happens. Obviously, there's a chance that they're not. There's a chance that something goes wrong, you know. But for the most part, I expect to see Kyle Busch's team in the mix, riding up front, racing, being racy up there. And I would be shocked if we don't see that. Besides that, let's talk a little bit about how this race was. And if you stuck around till the end, which I'm sure most of you did, and saw what happened out there, then congratulations to you for sticking it out, because a lot of fans probably would have not. A lot of people would not have stuck out this race, and for good reason. I probably, you know, if I'm there, maybe I didn't, because we had a rain delay and it was already past halfway point. NASCAR could have easily called that race, but for me, and I think for a lot of fans, we would not have felt fulfilled if NASCAR just said, we're not doing this, we're calling this race right now, and we're going to give this win to Chase Briscoe. I wouldn't have felt fulfilled. I'm sure you guys would not have felt fulfilled, and that is for sure, because I think we wouldn't have felt like, yeah, we deserve that win. Also, I think we would have been like, felt robbed of a great race. And that's just that, you know. So I'm glad they stuck it out. And then there was another rain delay with about 30 to go. And they could have easily called this race, but they did not. And this track's different from the other ones because it only takes about 20 minutes to clean the track. It only took about 20 minutes for them to get the track ready to rumble again after rain, which is great. That rain was in Tennessee, where I am now, which is just a couple miles east. You know, we're into that rain now, so, you know, it was definitely raining, that's for sure, and it's here again. So, you know, it's fun to watch these drivers, what they can do, and, you know, I'm glad we saw the product out there. I don't want Bristol Dirt to stay, and we interestingly did not get the announcement that Bristol Dirt was going to stay as we did last year in the race. It was a much better product, though. I'll give Bristol Dirt that. It was better because it was at night. It was better that they red flagged in between stages, even though it caused some controversy. That was good. They red flagged it in between stages. That was good. That made the product better. Was it perfect? No. By any means, it was not perfect. Could it be better? Yes. Should it be at Bristol Dirt? I think we go to a professional dirt facility. Let's bring this to Eldora. Let's bring this to a track that can host these races professionally. That's my opinion. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this video on Hit the Gas or Hit the Brakes meter today. I am having a struggling time on how to grade the race because I don't know where to put this on the meter. For today's race, I'm going to hit the gas barely. I was thinking about going for a C, but I'm gonna hit the gas because it was a durable product, I will admit. And I will give it a C plus on today's meter, barely by like 76%, gives it a C plus. Anyway, hopefully you guys enjoyed this race. As you can see, not in the normal studio, but I will be back for the next week. No normal videos this week, just this one. Have a great week, everybody, unless something dramatic happens, but have a great week, everybody. I'll leave you out with a nice ocean view, and I'll see you all again next Monday back in studio.